Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Today is October 21st, 2024, and let's hop right into your weekly Science Club news. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's going to be in 15 minutes or less today because I just know better. I know myself. We are going to be covering National Chemistry Week, the Science Club calendar, what your impact is when you make donations. Thank you for those of you who are sending in your donations, your year-end donations already, and the lava lamp activity. So you won't want to miss it. Make sure you stay to the end so you get all of the information. Once again, hi, I'm Ms. Steph from Triple F Empowerment Inc., and we operate the beloved Ms. Steph Science Club right here in Harlem. Yes, 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 come right in. I'm so excited to see everyone. So thankful for your participation in all the events that we do. And we just have like so much going on. And I want to make sure that we have all, right now, all of our folks here today to get everything going. So anywho, first things first, Live with Ms. Steph. First things first, we are going to do our National Chemistry Week. You know, every once in a while I like try to shout certain things out and just kind of make sure that y'all are aware of different things that are going on. But October 20th through 26th is something called National Chemistry Week. It has been going on for quite some time now, and if you look back in our different content, we usually do celebrate National Chemistry Week in different ways. This year's theme that has been chosen by the American Chemical Society, okay, also abbreviated ACS, and there are different things that are abbreviated ACS, and this one is the American Chemical Society. And once again, they are a group of chemists, and it is a national professional association of those of us in the specifically in the sciences, but specifically are functioning as chemists. Thank you so much for joining today. Hi. Good morning. Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. And so the American Chemical Society has garnered together a week. This year, it is October 20th through October 26th. And the idea is to make sure that folks know the importance of, thank you so much for watching. So the importance of chemistry in our lives and just science, which of course goes right with what we do here right at Ms. Steph Science Club. So once again, National Chemistry Week. There are different posts that will be up on our page, but also around social media. So check those things out for those fellow science enthusiasts out there. Next thing that we've got going on is the club calendar. Of course, you know we are going to be collaborating with the NYC Kids Fest. And of course, NYC Kids Fest is fantastic, y'all. There are different things that NYC Kids Fest does, and lots of information on their, pages and social media accounts to let you know more about what they do specifically. Very performance arts driven, and just making sure that young people understand the importance of performance arts and get the opportunity to then display their gifts and talents and excitement about it. We are going to partner with them, or rather collaborate, different things. Y'all know how we do. We're going to be at one of their events. Long story short, that's what's happening. This coming Saturday is a fourth Saturday. And so we do not have Saturday Science Club just as a pattern, FYI people. We don't have Saturday Science Club on fourth Saturday. And on fourth Saturday, I will be out and about in the community doing different things. October's community event that I will be doing will be at NYC Kids Fest, or rather with them at their Trick or Streets activity. Your child can come and dress up. They will be getting different treats. And of course, since it's an NYC Kids Fest event, there will be lots of performances happening. Lots of music and dance and stuff, mostly by young people in the community. And of course, we will be doing one of our science fun tables, people y'all know. Okay? And so that's what's happening this coming Saturday, October 26th. We will be there from approximately 2 to 5 p.m. giving out our things that we give out. Okay. And so it'll be a fun thing for all of us to enjoy. Then on November 2nd, of course, November 2nd is a first Saturday. And so first, second, and third Saturdays, we are over there at Watley. That's the pattern, right? Science has a pattern. Math. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. We are here and I'm chit-chatting with you all about your science club, your weekly science club news and the different things that are going on. And specifically, we're talking about November 2nd, 9th, and 16th. Those are Saturday Science days. And Saturday Science is free for participants. Notice my wording there, and we'll talk about that later. But Saturday Science is free for participants. You can come right in. You do need to register with the Beacon program that is there. That is a requirement of our agreement with them and just what they need to do to make sure that the young people are safe while they are in the building. That is 215 West 114th Street. It's a very large building, very hard to miss building on 114th Street. It's actually a historic building, first place where women were able to go to high school here in New York City. And so it's like I said, historic building, lots of things occur there. And specifically for us, Saturday Science Club. That's our Saturday Science Club home for this school year. The whole 2024-25 school year will be there. First, second, and third Saturdays. More specifically, on November 16th, cake and chemistry. Y'all know what we do. Or maybe you don't. And so let me tell you. I enjoy all the sciences, but in particular chemistry. And one of my favorite things is cake. And so in celebration of my birthday, it's kind of a way that I celebrate my birthday with my students, all of my students. So we've been doing cake and chemistry for, I want to say like 8 years now, if not longer. And so even during COVID, we did it like online one year. It was very exciting. So all that to say is that we will do some chemistry activities and every child will get to take a cupcake home with them because, hello, cake and chemistry, two of my favorite things. So it's a way to celebrate and just engage with each other. Then December 3rd, y'all, that is Giving Tuesday, and that kind of takes me into donations and different things that you can help support and participate. So December 3rd at Sugar Hill Creamery. Y'all, Sugar Hill Creamery is a fantastic partner of multiple things that happen in the community. They have a lot of stuff that's going on. They have a fantastic series that they do with moms, and they have some other things that they do. But specifically, they are allowing us to use their space again, their hub, their original location on Lenox Avenue and 120th. And so we're going to be there on December 3rd in the afternoon, early evening from 3 to 6 p.m. celebrating Giving Tuesday by giving out STEAM starter kits. So for those of you who already have one, I do want to assure you / make you super excited that I am in the midst of designing a new kit. And so there will be different items in your young person's kit, in your scientist kit this year. I am also open to suggestions for that. But just know that it will be both familiar as well as just at least a couple of new items that are in there. And those kits are free for participants. And so that brings me to an important thing, right? Giving Tuesday is coming up. We are heading towards year end. And so what does that mean over here at Ms. Steph Science Club at Triple F Empowerment Inc., which is our org name? For those of you who are wondering what's the relationship, basically Ms. Steph Science Club is the program, Triple F Empowerment Inc. is the nonprofit organization that you're supporting when you participate in watching things online, when you bring your young person, and when you give. And so if you are interested in joining the various people that have been giving, even over the last couple of weeks, some folks are sitting in their year-end gifts already. So some folks have engaged us in a like a monthly contribution. So typical monthly contribution on average is $50. So some people give 25, some people give 50, and some people give 100 on a monthly basis, and that can be set up very easily through our website. Or some folks don't like to use those giving platforms. We respect that, and we invite you to use our mailing address, which is 2214 Frederick Douglass Boulevard, box 296, New York, New York, 126. And what does your contribution do? Like, what do those numbers mean, right? 25, 50, and 100 are kind of just numbers that are easy for folks to manage as far as what impacts and what numbers do a thing, right? So $38 sponsors a young person for a Saturday. Saturday Science Club is set up like centers. It's kind of, dare I say, a bit Montessori inspired, but like not quite. It's kind of a mix of certain progressive styles that I've learned and just experienced over the years that work best for us. We always cover all 5 letters of STEAM. All of those letters are somehow displayed or available to young people at the tables. And so that's what happens on Saturday, during Saturday Science Club. And once again, as I mentioned before, that's free, completely free to participants. And so we do depend completely on our donors, our supporters. Several of you are on here watching right now. Thank you so much. Definitely, if you're watching on replay, thank you so much. We received donation last week that was supporting Saturday Science and the things that we do. So once again, $38 is like a unit of impact. So you can think like for every 38 that you contribute, a child gets to participate on a given Saturday. Then for every $48 raised during this time of year, will go towards our Giving Tuesday efforts. I am wanting to make sure that we hit the ability to give out 30 to 35 bags, okay, of our science or our STEAM education starter kits. And remember, this year we're doing something a little different. Also, the events similar. So for example, when we go to New York Kids Fest this coming week, those events are free to the public, and Kids Fest does not, because they are a nonprofit as well, like they don't pay us to come out and do the activities. And so that's another thing that you are supporting when you're donating. And just overhead, things cost money, y'all. And as you may have noticed, or if it's important to you, I am very forward about it. We are a female-led organization. I am the founder and executive director of Triple F Empowerment Inc. And our populace that we serve and engage and encourage to participate is everybody, but we do focus on those of the African diaspora, and we are very comfortable with communicating that, like I have an immigrant parent and all those different things. And so there's different communities that you can be supporting when you're supporting Miss Steph Science Club through donating to Triple F Empowerment Inc. So yes, $38, $48, those are specific things. Then when we get closer to Summer Science Club, a unit of impact would be more like $3,500. $3,500 sponsors a child for the entire summer camp process. And some of our families do need that. And that service is not free to families. That service is like a partnership. So we raise a certain amount and then families pay a decreased rate. No family pays the full $3,500. That is, there's a portion that's always raised for them. So yeah, we have a good time, and I'm super thankful for those of you who are on watching. That's your news section. So now let's hop right into our science activity, as promised. For those of you who may just now be starting to kind of watch, you might not know that we always do a science activity around here. Just very quickly giving you some tips and tricks about how to do STEAM activities at home with your young person. So today's STEAM activity, is a classic, y'all. A classic lava lamp. All right. And so we're going to be talking. Oops, I'm missing an item. I'll be right back because we are live. So, okay. This thing, it is real over here. So like I do keep science materials out. Like just, you see how quick that was. Because this is where I prep and get ready to go and do traveling science teacher. And there are several spots available for traveling science teacher. Traveling science teacher is a service that you can get from us. That service is on a contract basis. Anywho, let's hop right into this particular activity. As you see, I'm going to start with my covered tray. I'm going to make the covered tray a big deal this year because it's super important. It's like very, very helpful, y'all. All right. So anywho, let's do this lava lamp. This is something that you should be able to do at home with your scientists of all ages. We are going to be using a material that we used last week, and I made a big deal out of it. It does need adult supervision because I've got Alka-Seltzer tablets, and they need to be supervised when they're using them. But you can still do the activity with children as young as 2. All right, so I've got a cup, and I'm actually going to show you. Some of you may have seen me use this at Thurgood Marshall last week by adding a top to it. You don't have to, but you'll see what happens in the next level of excitement of the chemical reaction when you add a top to it. All right, so first thing you're going to need, you need food coloring. That is, you must have food coloring. You need water, plain old water, regular degular. It does not need to be cold, hot, nothing, just water, tap water. Don't use your bottled water for this. It's not worth it. Okay. Some type of oil that is liquid at room temperature. I happen to prefer baby oil because it's clear like the water. And so you can teach the idea of like oil and water mixing, not mixing, all that type of stuff. You're going to get to see what happens. You will be able to very quickly teach your young person, your young people about that. And then of course we need cups. Like I said, the top is optional and your covered tray. All right, let's keep it moving. This is live with Ms. Steph, October 21st, 2024, y'all. Wow. Okay. Once again, I want to, as I grab things, I want to thank those of you for watching and also for our donors, our partners. We have like a bunch of partnerships that we're working. Like I said, NYC Kids Fest will be at one of their events this Saturday, October 26th. And we'll be at Sugar Hill Creamery, their main location on Lenox on December 3rd. Giving out bags. Just giving out stuff. All right. And of course, thank you to our donors and supporters who help us make our programming happen. All right. So I'm going to just put down some blue. I like 2 to 3 drops of food coloring. You can use the gel food coloring. Y'all know how much I love gel food coloring. You can use it for this particular activity. It doesn't matter. It's highly pigmented, but like the dollar store food coloring, especially if you're going to do this at home and you're going to be doing a bunch of stuff, I would suggest to you just grab the dollar store stuff. If a dollar store is available to you. If not, you can go to the grocery store, so on and so forth. Alrighty, then I'm actually going to put the oil in first. Okay, so this is your first tip. Adding the oil first so that your young person, or directing your young person, so that your young person can see that food coloring, okay, this type of food coloring is not oil-based, okay? Right? Remember, one of our questions is, do oil and water mix? This is one of the activities that can help a young person answer that scientific question. Okay? So, you see, we've got this. Now, next thing that we're going to do is add our water. And immediately you get a reaction, right? Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Hi, I'm Ms. Steph. And we are doing our weekly Science Club news and our weekly science activity, giving you some tips and tricks about how to do some STEAM activities at home with your young person. Not only just at home, but for those of you who are watching, maybe you don't have the resources to bring us in for a traveling science teacher situation. And so here are some different things that you can do with your students, right? And so if you're wanting to work with older students, let's talk hydrophobic and hydrophilic, right? So hydrophilic, we like water. Hydrophobic, we don't like water. Not only do we not like water, we are a chemical that's scared of water and likes to move away, right? And so those are different ways that you can explain that. And so as you can see, food coloring is hydrophilic, whereas the oil is a hydrophobic compound. It does not mix with water just by adding it. There are things you can add a surfactant, you can add soap, and that's how soap works, and that's how we wash our dishes, and that's how we wash our bodies, frankly. But see here, we've got some, just for those of you who are just watching, we're doing a lava lamp today, and we're doing it in a cup. You can do this in a water bottle. There's all kinds of ways that you can do this. It's super fun, super straightforward, super exciting activity, and it teaches a lot of different chemistry. A lot. Okay? And this actually is the fourth activity in my curriculum throughout the school year, because I've actually worked up to this to be able to do this with children last week. There are several activities that we do first. So let's go ahead and add our Alka-Seltzer tablet. Again, adult supervision, okay? I'm talking to adults. This video, kids, if you're watching, okay, cool. But we're talking to adults. Right now, we already have the food coloring. If you remember, you can go back, and if you're watching this on the replay, you can go back and see a few minutes earlier. I put in some food coloring. I decided to do blue and red, and of course we get a purplish, a dark purplish kind of thing. The kids may say this is black if you ask them, right? Because depending on their age, there are certain words that they have access to, right? So you see how you can teach whether or not water and oil mix. You can talk to them about color, mixing, all those different things. A lot of information can be received, practiced, understood, and demonstrated through the lava lamp, the classic lava lamp activity. So we've got food coloring and water, and specifically I chose baby oil. You do not have to. I just like it because they're baby oil and water are both clear. And I like to drive home the concept that just because something is clear doesn't mean it's water, and therefore does not make it safe to drink. Okay? Now we've got our Alka-Seltzer tablet. I am using the brand name. You can use whatever kind of off-brand you want to. They work. They all work for this. Okay? As far as how intense the reaction will be, that's a different kind of conversation, but they all work for this. All right, and so the next thing that I'm going to do, I'll put this down so that you can see it. It's fizzing. We're getting some fizz. Okay. The Alka-Seltzer tablet reacts with which one of the chemicals that is inside of here, right? That's another conversation that you can have with your young scientists. So you see the water that has the food coloring. It's another function of food coloring when we are doing science with young people, is to help them identify the different substances that they're interacting with, right? We know that the oil did not combine with the food coloring, and therefore the bubbles that are being created and interacting, you can tell the bubbles are from the reaction of the Alka-Seltzer tablet to the water. Okay, Alka-Seltzer does not react with baby oil in that it does not create gas. Okay. Additionally, this is an acid-base reaction, okay? Because inside of Alka-Seltzer tablet, you have three main components. You have baking soda, okay? You have citric acid, and you have aspirin. The aspirin is the reason that it is used for medication, and it's the reason you must have adult supervision when you're doing this. Do not let your children just do this 1, 2, 3. By themselves unsupervised. Don't do that. I do not recommend that. There are some activities that I have that I say, yeah, sure, let them play with it. This one I do not. especially for anyone under 7. Because they're still going to have the tendency to put things in their mouth or maybe a little touch and then they're going to lick their hands, all those things. We do not want that introduced to their bodies. Okay. And of course, the thing that I'm mentioning is one of the reasons that we have our different safety practices. This is another reason why you tell your students that they wash their hands before and after doing scientific activities, whether or not it looks like their hands are dirty, whether or not it looks like their hands have contaminants on them. And there are different activities you can do that specifically teach this, but you can teach safety protocols and practices. Y'all, it's National Chemistry Week. So glad to be with you. I'm Ms. Steph. Thank you so much for watching Live with Ms. Steph. We have gone over a lot of things today. Thank you so much for being on and watching the whole time. You can get a hold of me at msstph@tfempowerment.org, or you can just send me a DM and say, hey, Ms. Steph, I have questions about your organization. I have questions about how we can bring you into our school. I have questions about how you can consult with us virtually because we need some help with our STEAM program. It is just not working. We help with that. I have questions about this thing that's happening on October 26th. And is it really free? Yes, it is, by the way. For families. Is it really for all ages? Yes, it is, by the way. Are you really giving things out? Yes, I am. Okay. And so all of those things you can send me a message about. This has been your weekly Science Club news and weekly quick little hit activity. And I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful, fantastic week. I will see you on the interweb throughout the week, different posts, and of course we'll be back here at 9:15 every Monday morning. Be well.